if you want to be great, you want to be the baddest motherfucker ever at what you do, you're going to be misunderstood by everybody.
Facts.
Because you're going to be so fucking obsessed and so driven to get there. That's what it takes. It takes every second of your fucking life. Anybody says balance? Yeah, balance is important for a lot of fucking people. It is. But if you want to fucking go to that edge where people do not like you, don't understand you, question everything you fucking do, you have arrived.
Oh.
When people don't understand you anymore, you're in that spot.
Yep.
Of obsession and drive.
The reality of today is that either you're a winner or you're a loser. If I listen to everyone that's ever doubted me, then I would have never even had a platform to speak to any of you guys. But understand this, is that conformity is the kryptonite of a masculine man. Do understand that at the point that you break free from the mold, you begin to become your own. You create your own reality for yourself based on the things that you believe. You are stepping into manhood. But do understand that it's going to be uncomfortable. But the uncomfortability of never challenging yourself to begin with is going to lead to a life of regrets, a life of what if. So continue to challenge yourself. I know I would rather be a high performer that was deemed obsessed within his drive, that was deemed unwilling to conform to the standard ideology. But I would much rather be that than rather be an average man that lived in melancholy misery. Continue to challenge yourself.
For the first time in its history, the American Psychological Association released guidelines concerning men and boys, saying that so-called traditional masculinity not only is harmful, but could also lead to homophobia and sexual harassment. And the main thrust is that traditional masculinity, which you are the great defender of,
that's called
by the
being
way,
a man, by the way.
marked by stoicism, competitiveness, dominance, and aggression, is on the whole
Stoicism
harmful.
and competitiveness are now evil things. They're harmful. It's harmful to be stoic. It's harmful to be competitive.
It's psychologically harmful, and socializing boys to suppress their emotions causes damage.
Emotional suppression, what does that even mean? Is that a feminine-friendly way of telling men to shut up and get the work done? Now that clinical psychologists are now saying that masculinity is inherently toxic, this is actually a great argument as to why men should not get therapy. Because imagine if you come across a woke therapist that believes this bullshit. They want men of society today to be weak, non-dominant, not competitive. When these were the things that men needed to create first world societies. It's like we've gone an entire history of men enacting on their biological need or compulsion towards being competitive, or compulsion towards being dominant, or compulsion towards being stoic, built societies off of that. And then at the point where we're all living in a first world society, for the most part, we don't need that anymore. So please take that evolutionary need up out of your characteristics. Instructing young men that components of their masculinity is inherently toxic is one of the biggest issues in modern day society today, and just further proves that they just want to suppress men and suppress manhood. And these are clinical psychologists. It's almost as if they utilize men throughout history to build the first world cushy ass societies that they now live in. And now that everyone's good and there's a semblance of peace, we don't need y'all anymore. And it is inherent to be like that. Come to the feminine standard. Listen, at the end of the day, if you are in therapy or you need a psychologist, vet these people the same way that y'all need to vet the women in your life. Copyright. Ho. Hey. Hey. Oh. Oh, he's good. Oh. Listen. Oh, he didn't go down with it. Oh, that boy's smooth. Hey, hey, he's good. Hey. Oh, this is that toxic masculinity y'all be talking about. Like, oh, the patriarchy. This is what they're doing. They're oppressing the world. Complaining of the bullshit. Look at my boy Rocket over here. Hey, hey.
But sometimes things you love don't always love you back. And you can give, 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 and sometimes you get nothing. In return, you get nothing.
You really gotta watch what women you hang out nowadays. Like, for real, you real still gotta watch, because I remember one time I almost got like robbed by 2 women, right? I ended up getting them from the club. We ended up going from my club to my friend's house, but my friend went there, right? I ended up staying there with them and everything like that. We ended up like, you know, doing our thing there. And at the end of the day, like when everything was said and done, man, I ended up laying down and I checked, and I'm like, my car key's gone. And I ended up leaving out the garage, right? I ended up leaving out the garage. I'm like, where the 2 women at? I'm like, oh, they gone. I check and I go down to the last level. The women outside trying to get outside the gate. Mind you, the gate couldn't open because I had the key to it. You gotta open it with a key. But they didn't end up getting away that day because they couldn't leave from my garage. They couldn't leave from the garage because of the simple fact they needed the key to open the gate. So, you know, caught them red-handed.
And now they know exactly where you live at. Now they know where you live at, the car that you drive, and the inside of your crib. Gentlemen, listen to me. I'm not gonna be the one to tell you don't take girls home that you don't really know like that, because I'd be lying if I said that I never did it with in my life. And there's a lot of time that it turned into very fortuitous situations, you understand? But also understand this, is that if you open up your crib, if you open up your residence, where you lay your head at, you are increasing the risk to you tenfold. Most logical dudes would just tell you go get a hotel somewhere, and I actually agree with that. But if you choose to bring them back to your crib, I would say at least put cameras in your crib, and then also you might want to invest in a safe. When you get in there, put your valuables in the safe and lock it.
Thinking LGBT community cool until.
Copyright. Thinking the LGBT community cool until. Okay, I guess that they're girlfriends. Ho! Holy moly! Wow. What? Okay, she called the cops. Oh, they knocked out windows? Or she knocked out windows? Oh, wow. Every window in the house? You spiteful animal. You know what's so crazy about shit like this is that I often see women joining the LGBTQ community after having a fallout with a man. Like, excuse, ma'am, it's not men that are the issue. You have a problem with picking terrible people. Oh, crazy. Not Fido. He looking like he done seen the chick do everything to the crib, and he's just in pure and utter shock. How could you do this to my home? That's what Fido was saying right now. Oh, God. We often hear that men are the perpetrators in relationships when it comes to DV, but right here, we have a glimmering example of modern day women being just as toxic, if not more. Imagine how many men never speak up when things like this happen to them. Never call the cops when things like this happen to them simply because they are embarrassed. If this situation involved a man doing it, it'd be all over the evening news. It'd be all over the shade room. But because this rivals today's woke narrative, it'll never see the light of day unless you come over to platforms like this. The amount of times that I've covered videos and legitimately you hear women say, bump all these men out here, dating women would probably be a lot better. You are so ridiculous. Like, your mind just doesn't move at the same rate of logical people in our society. Just because you specifically have issues with men doesn't A, include all men, and then B, doesn't mean you switch sexual orientation. It's such a ludicrous thing for people to do, but hey, we all got lives to live, so live the best that you can. Questions, comments, concerns? Y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. You guys agree with the things that I was saying with this video today? Did you guys disagree? Leave them down in the comment box down below, and I'll see you soon. Until next time, YouTube. Peace!
You don't wanna see me get vexed. Bots on your phone, tell a man you can't jet. The big girl, the ones who can't stretch. Breaking the neck when we in the car next.
You don't wanna see me get vexed. Bars on your phone, tell a man you can't chat. The big girl, the ones who can't stretch. Breaking the neck when we in the car next. Dead bars, need defibrillation ASAP. Get boxed with a straight gap. I'm reminded of mind state they lack. Every time that they incline, we go way back. All they wanna be is just ruthless.